वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
ओरिजिनल तो मधुबन निवासी, ये सेवा अर्थ भिन्न भिन्न स्थान पर गए हो, लेकिन हो मधुबन निवास, ब्राह्मण अर्थात मधुबन निवास। सेवा स्थान पर गए हो, इसीलिए सेवा स्थान को कभी भी मेरा यही स्थान है ये नहीं समझते। कई बच्चे ऐसे कहते हैं कि इसको चेंज करो ना, तो कहते हैं नहीं, चेंज करने में तैयार हो। बाप दादा से तपस्या की प्राइस लेने चाहते हो, और तपस्या वर्ष में बाप दादा को प्राइस देने भी चाहते हो कि लेने चाहते हो। सभी सरेंडर हो गया ना, सेंटर से सरेंडर। नए मकान में आ सकती है क्या? थोड़ी थोड़ी है, मेहनत करके बनाया है ना, इसीलिए। जहाँ मेरापन है वहां तपस्या किसको कहा जाए? तपस्या अर्थात तेरा, और तपस्या भंग होना माना मेरा। समझा? अंतम पेपर का क्वेश्चन ही ये आना है, नष्टो मोह समृद्धि स्वरूप। तो अंतम पेपर के लिए तो सबको तैयार होना ही है ना। रिहर्सल तो करेंगे ना कि नहीं, फाइनल में हो आंटों को भी चेंज करेंगे। है क्या आपका? है क्या कुछ? बाप दादा ने दिया और बाप दादा ने लिया, आपका क्या गया? अच्छा, सब ये वैरायटी है, इसके लिए अभी सिर्फ हाथ की मुबारक है। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti. Avyak signals. Become Brahmachari, one who follows the activities of Father Brahma. From the beginning of his life, Father Brahma always made instant donation and did everything instantly in every task. His decision-making power was always fast. So follow Brahma, follow Father Brahma. When you are following him, all wasteful questions such as why, what, how, all finish. By keeping the mind clean and the intellect clear, you easily have the stage of being double light like the Father. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today's day 15, Karankaravarhar, the sign of being powerful. Now we will listen to Moini Didi.
Om Shanti. Is everyone well? Okay? Everyone? Yes? Very good. Mm. So this evening we have, what should I call it? Tamil family or Scarborough family or family from Scarborough, right? So welcome. We have, I know in Avyakti Parivar we have Tamil language, right? We get translated. Tamil is also in Chennai, right? Yeah, so they also regularly use it. Welcome to Baba's home. Baba gave us such a honor that if you are a Brahmin, you are what Baba said, Madhuban Nivasi. Yeah. If you are Brahmin, you are Madhuban Nivasi. So Baba has given us the right to our home, right? And having the awareness that I am Madhuban Nivasi, but Baba has sent me to different parts of the world for service. So all other places are our service places, right? But my home is Madhuban. Such a beautiful feelings, right? Brahmins are mouth-born progeny. So our birth is very spiritual, very special birth. In the Lokik world, when children are born, it's a Lokik way, their birth. But our birth is spiritual birth. And then we claim spiritual inheritance from Baba. And Baba asks us to be on spiritual journey. And we know that as children of Brahman, Brahma Baba, we have to follow Brahma Baba. Brahma Baba's spiritual life began as he recognized Baba. We all also recognize Baba, right? Baba is God, God is our Baba. But then in path of bhakti, we all have different relationship, understanding, ideas about God. Like Baba says sometimes, yeah, whenever there is difficulty, we remember God. Then we say, oh, he fulfills all the desires. Then he is omnipresent. So there are so many different opinions. There is a saying, as many are the mouths, no? As many are the people, that many are the opinions about God. And I always like that when they give example of elephant, but there were 6 blind men. So, whichever part of the elephant they will touch, they will describe that. Anyone who touched the tail said, "Oh, he's like rope," and someone touched the trunk, said he's like a wall. No, different concepts. But then when there is a sight, someone come with the eyes, could see it and said, what you all saying is only the part of one object, but the whole object is that it's elephant. So same is like different notions and prayers and forms, images. That's how we understood God. Baba gave us the eye of knowledge, third eye, and gave his own introduction. Baba said, no one can give my introduction. I can give my accurate introduction. So when there is recognition, then Baba gave us recognition of ourselves. So Brahma Baba had the vision of Vishnu. You will become this. This is your aim and object. And it's so interesting that as soon as he had the vision, he accepted it. He didn't say, Baba, I don't know if I can be that worthy. I don't know if I can be that much elevated or no. So Brahma saw Vishnu and Vishnu saw Brahma. Whole concept got understood by Brahma Baba. And then that since that moment and the day, Baba started making tapasya efforts. So first was transformation, not only of the self with the recognition that I am soul, not body, but with all his Lokik relationships, daughter and sons and daughter-in-law, everyone, start looking at them not only as souls, but then spiritual relationship. And then told the family, well, this is my path. Those who want to follow, you come along with me. And rest, you can go settle your life in the Lokik world. So in a way, he surrendered. And that is the time Baba decided to form a trust. And trust of 8 kanyas. And you know that all the main dadis were those trustees. So Baba surrendered everything, formed this trust. And whatever activity had to be done was through this trust. After that, Baba never had even the thought, oh, I have given so much to God, or I have given so much to Yajna, I have given so much for Seva. No. He never had this thought, which is very interesting because generally, if you contribute something and you see something and say, oh, it shouldn't be used like this, shouldn't be like that, because the consciousness of I is there. And that was the greatest true renunciation and surrender, that he never got back this thought that I am the one who got this started. I am the one who donated all the money. I am the one. Never. Baba, he will say Baba, never I. Baba said this, so Baba did this. Two Baba, no? Incorporeal Baba, Shiv Baba, and Brahma Baba. So Brahma Baba said Baba, and Shiv Baba also said to Brahma Baba, Baba. right? So they use both for each other, word Baba, never I. So how do we have to follow that? Very quickly this I comes in. Oh, you have something, we did it. I did so much. I have been doing it for so long. So automatically, somehow naturally, I comes and we start keeping our account of karmas, right? If I did it for Baba, so karmic account should be where? With God, no? Let him multiply it, right? Why I have to keep counting? huh? I remember Dadi Janki used to say, you want to be your own accountant, right? That's why sometimes you keep describing what you have done and how much you have done. But if I do for Baba and give to Baba, surrender to Baba, our Didi Manmohini used to say, if you put in Baba's bank, he will give you with interest, right? He will multiply and give you, but why you want to claim it on your own effort? It's a very subtle point. For anything, when I appears, I did this, or I am very clever, I am very good in doing this service. Now that is why our lesson of Karankaravarhar comes. I always tell everyone that we began a Vyakti Parivar and it's going on for 2.5 years. It's Karankaravarhar Baba. Honestly, no one of us take any credits. We don't take any credit. Oh, I'm doing it for so long. Rather, we just feel so humbled. Baba, you are using us as instruments. Baba, you are getting this done. So that is why when I am instrument, Baba is Karankaravarhar. One is what I like to do as service. One is what Baba wants me to do. My Brahmin upbringing always had been, let Baba tell what to do. Let Yagya give me what is my responsibility. Because then Baba becomes responsible, right? He gets it done. Otherwise, our own limits or shortcomings or whatever, we do not have enough power or virtue. It affects the task. But if I want to be accurate, want to be perfect for my own personal life or for task, the most important Mahamantra is Baba is Karankaravarhar. From the heart, that love, gratitude, and that also creates a very good balance of humility and greatness. When I comes, then ego comes. Then sometimes you feel great and sometimes you feel, oh, I'm not worthy. To be consistently having the balance of humility and greatness is only possible when I always remember that Baba is Karankaravarhar. It's not only when there is difficulty or something is impossible, but even any simple action. And especially if you want to be consistent and free from obstacles, it's really, really important that in my awareness, the simriti of Baba is Karankaravarhar. So that becomes our Mahamantra. most of the things which are done in Yagya, I remember that when Gyan Sarovar had to be built, we got the land. Dadi Prakashmani called Dadi Janki and said, this is what our next plan is. And it seemed quite big at that time because it's only, I think that just few uh, lakhs of rupees were needed. I'm not saying billions. Just so Dadi called all of us and we said, yes, Dadi. No, Prakashmani Dadi at that time gave us a formula that every day, if every Brahmin puts 1 rupee in Baba's Bhandara only for Gyan Sarovar, we will build this whole thing. Now there are a lot of Brahmins, numbers have increased, right? But at that time, even 1 rupee, she used to say, everyone puts. And of course, there were many who were more resourceful, so they were able to contribute more, and Gyan Sarovar was built. Now came Shantivan, right? So then Brahma Baba, Avek Babdada start giving instructions about build this much, start with this. And Dadi Prakashmani said, Baba, how much time is there? How long? What we will do with such a big place? Baba said, there are still hundreds and thousands of my children who have to create fortune. And it's true, right? Since Shantivan, how many had been coming? I was there in last year, October. There were, in February, there were 25,000 during Dadi Gulzar's book. 25,000 ate breakfast, lunch, dinner. There was no space to walk in Shantivan. Forget about car. But even if you have to walk, you have to find your way. Such a big crowd. Same was when it was Dadi Janki's second anniversary. At the Bhog, there were 25,000. So Baba knows, right? That means if our thinking is big, so it will happen if it's in drama, Baba is Karankaravarhar. So one question many Baba's children ask me, how do I know this is my thought or it's from Baba? Is it my manmat or is it from Baba? So I said, if it is from Baba, let's say if doesn't happen, you won't have wasteful thoughts because it was Baba. It's all right, drama. But also, if you have a waste thoughts, oh, I had such a big plan and it's not working, and what's happening? Brahmin's not cooperating, and because it's your plan, right? My plan. If it is Baba's, you won't have all these thoughts. Because if it is Baba's, we also know that it will happen even after maybe 10 years, 20 years. I remember so many things Baba used to tell each one of us. Many things I couldn't do what Baba was saying. It was, oh, I'm not used to it. It's so big and but Baba didn't give up on it, any one of us. So his hope and his Baba finally made us reach to whatever he wanted. Now I look at the list what he wanted, I couldn't do. And I keep telling Baba, okay, what's next? Let's do. Let's do something different and big and special. So our homework for tomorrow practice is think elevated. How will it happen? Will it happen? From where it will happen? Not with doubtful thought. So elevated thought, elevated words, elevated actions. Someone might say, oh, is it your imagination or maybe you are dreaming? No. So when we have thought, we have sown the seed. And then it's up to Karankaravarhar Baba. Really very, very interesting experiences in personal life and in yagya are visible when we have this thought. Even those who are in Shantivan, Madhuban, whenever I go, they say, God is taking care of everything. It's beyond our capacity. So much expansion, right? So much when I went, so they had to brief me about administration, about how centers begin, how many Gita Patshala. So we spent about 2-3 hours, Jayanti and myself, with two other sisters to understand. It's huge. List of surrender sisters is huge. Everything is so big. So we say, well, Baba is taking care of us. Baba is taking care of us. And now, recently there was a conference of many saints and the experiences they're sharing. Then politicians, seems like most of the ministers, their family somewhere or other, or as when they were young as students, they visited Mount Abu, they took knowledge. So now they come back and they say, oh, since childhood I knew about it. So where we were and where we have reached now, it's Baba, right? Baba is doing it. All of us, everyone just says, oh, and then just focus on becoming perfect and be natural and do whatever you can contribute, especially power of purity, power of yoga, power of silence. These are the biggest contribution to yoga. Because when there is power of yoga, the obstacles can be just removed. Power of silence, things get resolved. Use these power of purity, silence, and yoga as our main contribution. And let Baba do his task, of course, through us, but we need to still have those powers so that he can use me as instrument. Some people ask me, what are you doing? I said, I contribute power of yoga. So whenever I get a call with something and it gets resolved without saying much. Same is with the silence. Listen whatever someone has to say. Stay in silence and see how the person can have realization and transformation can happen. It's a very, very unique way that what is our present contribution to yoga. So follow Brahma Baba and remember Karankaravarhar Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Karankaravarhar, the sign of being powerful. The sign of being powerful is that you will be constantly equal to the Father in your thoughts, words, deeds, nature, and sanskaras. It cannot be that yours would be different from the Father's. There would constantly be the word Baba, Baba, in the thoughts, words, and every activity of such a soul in a natural way. While it's performing actions, you should have the experience that Karanhar is making you do it.
Karankaravarhar, the sign of being samarth, powerful. The sign of being samarth is that you will be constantly equal to the Father in your thoughts, words, deeds, nature, and sanskar. It cannot be that yours would be different than the Father's. There would constantly be the word Baba, Baba in the thoughts, words, and every activity of such a soul in a natural way. Whilst performing actions, you should have the experience that Karanhar is making you do it.
करण करावन हार समर्थ की निशानी। समर्थ की निशानी है सदा बाप समान संकल्प, बोल, कर्म, स्वभाव, संस्कार हो। बाप के अलग, मेरे अलग यह हो नहीं सकता। उनके संकल्प में, बोल में, हर बात में बाबा बाबा शब्द नेचुरल होगा। और कर्म करते करावनहार करा रहा है, यह अनुभव होगा। ओम शांति।
Om Shanti and good night, everyone. Om Shanti, good night.